the Lim Bances Podcast. We're super excited to have you here. I'm just going to say something about Amanda. I've been waiting for this interview because the first interview that we did, it was in Cultural State, I would say 5 years ago. I don't know if you remember.
How could I forget?
Okay, so let me just introduce Amanda. So Amanda is a powerhouse real estate with over $200 million in sales. OMG! A new wife, businesswoman, an expert in luxury real estate and new construction. I want to hear all about it. Amanda bought her first investment property at just 19 years old, and then she mastered the luxury real estate business. For me, she's the queen of negotiations.
Oh.
Yes. She's passionate about empowering women in construction and has big plans to invest in Portugal and in Florida. Not only she's an expert in real estate, but she's also an officiant, adding a personal touch to people's special moments. With a deep commitment on her faith and the love of her husband, Gabe DaSilva.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Amanda's journey is truly inspiring. So let's welcome Amanda Nadia. Yay!
Thank you for having me.
No.
Oh, wow. Imagine we've been friends for that long.
Yeah. So why don't you tell the audience the way that we met?
It was love at first sight.
So we met at a real estate company, and I
think you were there for 1 day.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
The broker wanted to kill me, but it was not the right place for me because you were the only one who really cared about me. And I remember that office, somebody told me that my perfume stinks.
Oof. That was not the right
So I was
place.
crying, but you are the only one who just gave me the hand. And thank you for that.
Honestly, as soon as I saw you, when I say it was love at first sight, you had this like beautiful magnetic energy about you. And I knew that there was something really, really special about you that was so unique that I had never seen in anyone before.
Really?
And I said, we need to be friends. This is my sister from the moment I met you.
It was that
yes.
timing. Say yes. Okay, Amanda. So I'm going to ask you, let's play a few games before we start the interview. Okay. So it is important. So Amanda, let's play a quick game. I'm going to say a word or a name, and then you will give me first thing that comes to your mind, whether it's a meaning or a memory or just how you feel about it. Not overthinking, just a quick response. Okay? Say yes.
I love it. Say yes.
Yes. Okay. Income total.
My mom. Oh, a word that.
Yes.
Oh,
What does it mean?
My angel.
Okay.
She's my angel.
Keller Williams.
I can't say
Pass.
I can't pass. I can't say
Pass.
Our inside joke.
Madeira.
Oh, our wedding and the most beautiful memories.
I know. And I think for many, many people, I think Madeira was a place that changed the life for many. We got baptized, and it was the most beautiful moment. And that's the only trip that they didn't drink alcohol.
Really?
Because we
You
never
didn't?
drank. Well, I mean, I think we went out with Jay and Christina.
Yeah.
But, the people, not only the people, the peace that you felt there, it was amazing.
Honestly, it was like a dream come true. The whole thing, to be surrounded by like everyone that I love so much, and then to see how everyone had these synergies and got along so well. And then like, of course the wedding was beautiful, but to have the baptism
stunning.
at the end of the wedding, it was like, wow, God, like, it was like
was
I was
meant to be.
overwhelmed with joy in like a way I can't even explain.
Yeah.
So
and
that
I really
was
want to
such a
thank you
beautiful
for that.
moment.
I really want to thank you because a lot of people know that we do have a pastor in the team, but it was with you that we have to get baptized. So thank you.
It's always in God's perfect timing.
Amen. So next, Gabe DaSilva.
Oh, fuego.
Fuego! Justin Toro.
Oh,
Am I pronouncing the last name right? Oh my
Yeah,
God. I've been
yeah.
practicing.
Your Spanish is amazing. Your English is amazing. I love it. And your Chinese is amazing too.
Ching Wang Wang.
Oh, speaking of which, he's in Japan now.
Really?
He's in, Kobe Beef?
Yes.
That's where he is right now. No, not the player.
No, that's Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. No, Kobe Beef. He's in Kobe Beef right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Pre-sale.
Oh, the best.
Lim Bances.
Superstar, fuego, amazing, #1 real estate broker in all of New Jersey.
Mentor.
Lim Bances.
Okay. Baby.
On the way. Not yet. Coming soon.
When is the baby coming? I know you're
I don't
super
know.
perfectionist. Maybe you're planning the position. You're planning the color of the eyes.
Listen, you gotta give me some tips, okay? Give me some tips here.
I will give you a lot. I've been with
Okay.
my husband for 32 years. Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Oh
that's
my God.
crazy. But thank God.
You guys got married when you were 2 years old.
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes. Because of what? I'm 31, 32.
Yep.
But it's been great. Of course, with ups and downs, but
Yeah.
it's part of life,
Yeah.
right?
And you
Okay.
guys are a perfect couple.
Thank you.
You are.
Guatemala.
Oh, my heaven in the... There's a piece of heaven in the midst of the garbage in Guatemala. So it's not necessarily where... Yes, Madeda was beautiful.
Right.
Because like we felt God's presence there and the scenery and the people and everything. But Guatemala has a piece of my heart because in the midst of the garbage dumps where there's the poorest people, it smells, there you have no homes, God's presence was there in the midst of it all.
Amen. And when was that year that you went to Guatemala? And
I've been there 3 times.
3 times already?
Yeah, 3. We did 3 missions
When
trips.
are you going to take me there?
We should do another one.
Yeah.
Maybe this summer.
Okay.
You wanna go?
Let's do it.
Okay, we'll plan
So
it.
how was the experience?
Life-changing.
You went with Gabe and I think I saw your brother too.
My brother went, my Rafaelina went, Natalie went, Natalie brought her
Wow.
kids, Marco went.
You've been there 3 times already?
3 times. We're gonna go number 4. You and your whole family's coming.
Yes,
Jay
I
and
love
Chrissy,
that.
they gotta come. We're gonna put a whole group together.
Yes.
But yeah, honestly, 3 times to Guatemala, and it was beautiful every single
Amazing
time.
experience.
It's if you think you're going to help the people there, but the life you change is your own.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you realize that although we have cars and houses and food, and in certain ways, we're actually more poor than they are.
Right.
And, you know, they might not have a house or car or new clothes or designer bags or sometimes no
Right.
jobs or anything. But in a lot of ways, they're rich with abundance. And what little they do have, they give and they share to the people around them.
Wow.
You know, I'll never forget, we sponsored a house to build for a family. And the houses that they live in are made of garbage. So what's a problem in this garbage dump, because there's a lot of gangs and stuff like that, is that there's no front door. And when there's no front door, people just break in and they rape these girls.
Oh my God.
So we sponsored a house so that, and it's made of cinder block, nothing special. For us, it would be a shed or a garage. And for them, it's like a luxury villa. And you know, they were crying, the kids were crying, they were so happy, they wanted to be part of the building process. And then they gave us all a gift for helping like make this house for them. And it was something like so sweet, but the thought that they don't have anything, but that they still thought to give us something, and they were so
Wow.
grateful. It
That's
was
so
really
meaningful.
special.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about you, because you're super generous. And you're right. A lot of times we think that, you know, we're big in the business, we're making a lot of money. And I was, at one point, I was feeling, and I think I shared that with you, I was feeling that I was not being happy. But after I found God, my life changed completely. So it was really thanks to you. So that's an amazing experience. I hope we could do it together.
We're gonna
I want
plan
to
a
bring my
trip.
girls, my husband, and yeah. So let's move on. Rafaelina Merino.
Rafaelina Merlino. She's amazing. She honestly is a superwoman. She has 3 beautiful girls now. Serafina was just born, only a couple
Aw.
months old. And yeah, her and I went on the first mission trip I went on, we went on together. And she's been my best friend for, I don't know, 20 years now,
Wow,
something
I
like
love
that.
it.
Yeah. She's
COVID.
amazing. COVID. The best and worst time ever.
I know. During COVID, your dad passed.
Yep, he passed away, but it was a good learning experience, I think, for everyone. Everyone was facing difficulties and challenges that they had to go through. And what I actually miss about COVID is that it was the first time the world was shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of gave you a break from the hustle and the bustle and
Yeah.
made you appreciate the time with your family and being home. And look at how much the world has changed
course.
since then.
And the conversation that you had with your families is like, it was completely different.
Right. And people were playing games
Yeah,
and
we miss those
being
moments.
together. So
It's not that we want another COVID, but I mean, how we could make a difference.
right.
I try at home, try to put our cell phones away, but I mean, it's tough. It's hard.
Do you have a basket that you put everyone's cell
I
phones
do
in?
have a basket, but I mean, every time that I put it up, they try to hide it from me.
They hide
I
the
mean,
basket?
yeah, they hide the basket. So I mean, they're teenagers. I have a 20, 19, and 18, so it's hard.
And your girls are amazing.
Yeah, thank
They
God
are
I have
beautiful.
2 in college and 1 more in high school, but they're great. God is amazing. Red flags. What is the biggest red flag that you have either in your business or in relationships?
Oh. Ooh. Okay. Relationship red flags. I think kind of like what you said, like if someone isn't generous, it's not so much about their giving, but
Mhm.
their mindset around abundance.
Mm,
So generosity is just the concept of abundance and knowing that
right.
there's more to come and
Mhm.
sharing what it is that you have.
Mhm.
So one of the things that I love most about my husband is that he's also very generous. But before we were dating, I went on some crazy dates.
Really?
and yeah, and I mean, if a person, I think first and foremost for me is they have to put God first in their life. If they don't put God first, it's going to be very difficult for them to understand biblical principles.
Right.
And one of those principles is the principle of like generosity and abundance.
Yeah.
And
But it's tough in this business to find someone with good heart or to
Yeah.
have an abundance mindset. It's tough.
Yeah.
Believe me. Especially in my group, my office. It is sad, but sometimes we have to let people go because they don't have the right values. They don't have, the right mindset. We're trying to build something different, but God willing, we could just keep moving forward.
Right.
But this business is crazy. Everything is based about, of course, it's a business. It's everything based about money, but it's enough for everyone.
There is enough for everyone. The world is abundant. So just seeing it like that. And you're so generous.
Nah,
You're the most generous person I ever met. Honestly, you really, really, truly are. You give like I've never seen anyone give before to your clients, to your friends, to your family, to your agents.
That's one of the reasons that I almost got divorced.
Oh, God.
Because my husband says, "Do you think that you're Mother Teresa de Calcutta?" It's like, stop. It's like you have to think and you have to be ready, if something changes. I was like, nothing is gonna change. We are abundance. We're gonna be billionaires. And I keep saying that, but it's a balance, right?
Right.
It's a balance. So it's great to have that relationship because if not, imagine I will waste everything that we have. But thank God that's the way that I am, and I don't want to change because if I change, I'm not gonna be happy.
Right.
So
it's what makes you so special, to be honest with you.
Thank you. Expensive mistakes, either in business or personal.
Expensive mistakes. Not reading the contracts.
That's a big one.
Oh, yeah. A few 100,000 big one.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about it.
So here's what I'll say. If you're a new agent out there, be sure to always read your independent, independent contractor agreement?
Yes.
Because if and when you ever leave, then it could be a very expensive move.
Yeah.
So.
And there is so many means brokers out there.
Oh, yeah.
That they don't have
abundance mindset.
Let's leave it that way.
Yeah.
Celebrity crush.
I don't really have a crush.
Oh, come on, Amanda.
But here's what I'll say.
Gabe is not going to come and watch
Okay.
these.
But here's
Everybody has a celebrity crush.
okay. I love Tony Robbins. I love Ed Milet. They're not really like a crush though.
I know, but Tony Robbins, and we're going to talk about Tony Robbins because you are the one who took me to Tony Robbins and really changed my life. But I mean, the advantage with Tony Robbins is that he's still doing events.
I know. It's amazing.
I don't know. How old is he? 89?
I know. He's the youngest 90-year-old I ever saw. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's like 65 years old, something like that. Okay. But he slowed down a lot from when I saw him first.
Yeah.
I was, I think, maybe 15 years ago, the first Tony Robbins event I went to.
Really?
And then, oh my gosh, the energy that guy had was amazing.
Right.
But now he's slowed down a lot. But I mean, he's still a force of nature. He still has so much energy.
Yeah. Karaoke song. I love the one, Como la flor, con tanto amor. Every time that I sing it in my office, like, Ling, please, be quiet. I was like, no.
You know, I'll tell you a funny story. When I went to Japan to go see my brother, they love karaoke there. Everywhere you go, they sing karaoke.
Really?
And everyone sings. Nobody's shy. That's just like part of the culture is that everybody is singing karaoke. So you're going to dinner, you're having a bar, wherever, everyone's doing karaoke. It was fun. You should go to Japan. You would love it.
Well, my husband doesn't want to go because it's a long trip.
It's worth it.
I know.
First class.
Drunk story.
A drunk story? What'd you say? Drunk
yes,
or Trump
drunk.
story?
No, drunk. No, we're not going to talk about politics here. Drunk.
A drunk story.
I have many.
Okay, I'll tell you a funny story. I don't really drink that much, but the last time was actually with Raffalina. And we had fun. And and the guy, we went to a cigar bar, and it was her husband, Gabe, me, and Raffalina. And we didn't even realize we were just having a good time as a couple and having some wine. And before you know it, her and I were just had too much. And all we kept doing was telling Gabe, I have a really good idea. Gabe, I have a really good idea. So now every time he hears me say, I have a really good idea, he thinks back to that drunk story.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I remember one time you took me to a cigar place.
Yeah.
And I don't like cigars.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think we left. We were with Ivan. I think we stayed there like for less than a minute. I couldn't take it.
You couldn't breathe.
No, I couldn't breathe. Okay. Worst fear.
My worst fear is not living up to the destiny God has for me.
But you are, though.
Yeah, but you never know. There's like missed opportunities, things that you think you should do, shouldn't do. You don't take action.
Yeah, but I mean, we're
stuff.
not perfect.
I know, but
right? We try to do
following
God's
path.
We try.
We try.
Worst gift you
and also,
ever
okay, wait, I'm
yeah,
gonna go back.
Yeah.
And snakes. Oh, no snakes. No
Really?
snakes for me. Oh, disgusting. You know, I'll tell you a funny story. My brother, when he was little, because we're 15 years apart, so I really raised him. And he had a pet snake. And he let that snake go in our house. Oh my gosh. I couldn't find that snake. I didn't go home for like 2 weeks until he found the snake.
Wow.
Then my parents, this is another crazy story. My parents have a house down the shore that's like on the outskirts of Cape May. Someone in their neighborhood let an anaconda loose. So this anaconda is going around to people's yards. Imagine you find an anaconda in your backyard.
No, forget it. That's
Forget
crazy.
about it.
Okay.
No, I'm okay with that.
Worst gift ever received.
Okay. The worst gift, and honestly, Gabe is so generous. So I give him credit when he really tries to get me gifts. But this one time, you know how there's like those Amazon purchases, like the sponsored ads? He saw one for this blanket, and it looked like someone had knit this blanket,
Oh my
like a
God.
big, chunky, big blanket. So he knows I like to be cozy. So he bought me this blanket.
Mhm.
And when it came in, it was like a giant hairball. It was made of hair. It was so disgusting. It was so nasty. We were like, we gotta throw this out. This is horrible.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, let's go to the faith part. How has your faith shaped your business journey?
I think I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be where I am without God and my faith.
So when
in my
did you
life.
start?
That's
learning
how
about
everything
God?
started. I mean, learning.
Because I know in high school you were very rebellious.
Yeah.
You know? So when did you start learning about God?
So my mom was always a Christian. I grew up going to church, and I thought, okay, because my mom is a Christian and my family's Christian, that I'm a Christian too. But I didn't really have my own relationship with God before then.
Mhm.
So I was kind of off doing my own thing. I was very rebellious. I was drinking, I was smoking, I
Right.
was partying, I was not the person I am today.
Mm.
And there came a point in my life that everything I had placed my value and my identity in came crashing down. So I was working in the city. I had like a big job, I was working up the corporate ladder. I was at a big advertising agency. And I got into a really bad car accident. So in a moment, I lost my job in the city because I couldn't do the commute anymore.
Right.
I hurt my back, so I lost my health. I totaled my car, so I didn't have a car anymore. On top of this, I broke up with my boyfriend. So, and we were like, so I had to move back home with my parents. I had no savings because I didn't want to take the medical route. I wanted to take like the natural route, and like that stuff's not covered by insurance. So like my savings was depleted, and I'm not
Right.
working. So literally my car, my health, my wealth,
Wow.
my status, my career, my relationship, everything I thought like, oh, this is all the things that make me, was disappeared in an instant. And I was laying on my parents' couch. I couldn't move. I was super depressed, and I was so mad at God. And I was like, what did I do to deserve this? This sucks. And then I remember I was talking to Rafaelina actually. And this is the importance of having godly friends around you that will like really support you at
Right.
your worst
Mhm.
times. And she said to me, I'm like, who's gonna ever want to date me now? Look at me now. I'm pathetic. Like, I'm on my parents' couch. I have no job, no car, no money, no nothing.
Uh-huh.
And she's like that. None of those things is who you actually are. Why don't you that's what she said. She said, your identity is not placed in any of those things. So I was like, okay, so then someone had gotten me, and like something about what she said like kind of really stuck with me. So someone had gotten me a Bible, and I'm like, I'm home anyway, so what else am I gonna do? And there was a picnic at our church, and I was like, I'm telling you, I was at my worst rock bottom. And I go to the picnic, and it was a beautiful day, and I'm stomping around the park like so pissed, like my life sucks. And all of these church people and these Jesus freaks, and I was just like, I just didn't want anything to do with it. And all of a sudden they started these baptisms in this beautiful lake, and the sun was shining and the water was crystal clear. And people started getting baptized. And when you get baptized, like they were saying their testimony. So people started saying their testimony, and they were saying why they were committing their life to Christ. And I was like, okay, and I'm listening, but I'm still like, just like so mad. And I'm listening, and there's people that had way worse stories than I had, like that had been like, had abusive families or had been raped, or like had to denounce, like they were Muslims turning to Christians, like so many crazy stories. And I was like, wow, like I'm here complaining, and what I'm going through is nothing compared to what these people are going through.
Wow.
And it was almost like in that moment, God was opening up my heart to be like, I have something more for you. So now I'm talking to God. I never talked to God before in my life. And I'm like, God, if you're real,
Send me a sign.
Send me a sign or give me words. Like, push me into this water. Give me words because I don't even know what I'm going to say right now.
Right.
So then my mom's like, do you want to go in the water? After I said, I'm like, okay. So then me and my mom, we walk into the water. I'm like, I have nothing to lose at this point. I literally lost everything at this point. And we walk into the water and the pastor says, you know, are you ready to commit your life to Christ? Why do you want to do it? And these words, still to this day, I have no idea where they came from. And he said, why are you doing this? I said, I'm so tired of my plans not working out that if God has a better plan for me, I want to follow his plan.
Amen.
Where those words came from, no clue. Then they dipped me in the water. And when I came out of the water, it was this moment that I had never experienced before in my entire life. It was like all of the anxiety and the stress and the pain and the this and the anxiousness just melted in the water. And it was this peace that I had never experienced before in my life. And I'm crying. My mom's crying. We're hugging. It was like.
So how do you feel changing so many people's life? Because you changed my life.
Well,
and not only me, and I could see, you know, the people that we surround ourselves, you know, every time that they see you, they also thank you because, you know, you're making a huge impact. Maybe you don't know it, but for me, it was super important. And it is so special for my team because you could hear now people. I have, you know, the marketing manager, she's from Russia. She's super straight. It's like, now she's talking about God.
Yeah.
Now she's like, oh, thank God. My son is sick, you know. So it is important. How do you feel that you're helping so many families?
Well, it's not really about me. So like, okay, when this experience happened to me, I felt something that I had never experienced before in my life. And it's like whenever someone gets good news or like has something amazing happen to them, you want to share it and like you want them to experience it too. Like, hey, there's something out there that I experienced this miracle. Like this thing exists. Like God is real. And if he transformed my life from that point, that's when I got my real estate license and so many things happened right after that. And that accident changed the trajectory of my life. And every person I know that gives their life to the Lord, that changes the trajectory of their life because now God is able to use you for his kingdom. So like, of course, the people that I know, I'm just being me, but I'm not going to be afraid to, or I'm not going to deny like what happened to me. And of course, I want to share it with the people that I love. When you love someone and it's your friend or a coworker or whatever, and you see them struggling with something and you know there's a solution to their problem, of course you're going to share it. And I think that's what God calls us to do. He calls us to be disciples and to be examples. And, you know, there's no greater gift or purpose that I could possibly have than to allow God to use me. So like, but it's not about me. It's about, we're just vessels.
I know it's not about you, but it is important that, you know, we thank you for everything that you're doing for us because it is important. It is important.
It's by God's grace. So
Amen.
We're just vessels. Goes in and out.
Okay. Amanda, now we're going to women in construction. Why do you think it's important to empower women in real estate and in new construction?
So, women have a special gift to be multipliers. And we, as women, naturally know how to make a house into a home. We take groceries and we make it a meal. You give us sperm, we make a baby. So
where's your baby?
Working on it. Okay, I'm multiplying. Coming soon. So I think that just women know a home and what it takes to make a home, and men know construction. Some men, and I don't want to say all men, because just because you have a penis doesn't mean you know how to swing a hammer, you know? But there's this misconception that's the case. And I see some of the most powerful, amazing people in our industry are women because they have this special gift to be able to look at a house and understand, hey, these things go together, or this is how a family will live in this house. This is where the kids are going to stay. Are the kids going to be fighting because they only have one bathroom? how do you want to feel? How are you going to entertain? Those are things that a woman thinks about when she's entering a home, that men don't naturally do that.
Correct.
I think also our femininity is a superpower because it's a male-dominated industry. I mean,
it's tough to, especially now that you mentioned that. I remember when I was doing auctions.
yeah,
It was so tough to get in,
right.
because they were bullying me, and they thought that where I was not gonna make it happen. They made me overpay in 3 transactions, but it's tough. Like, to get in their business on a man's world is so hard.
Yeah.
But you helping a lot of women too to build their business.
Yeah, and I think that we are overcomers and we persevere. And in anything, whether it's a man, a woman, don't let anyone be a dream killer. That's what I call it. If you have a dream to do something, you have to understand your own limiting beliefs and what's holding you back. Like, mindset really is so important, and just because it's difficult doesn't mean it's impossible. And when you break through, some of the most successful people in the industry are women, because now we have a competitive advantage. We're rare. Like, there's not that many women in the industry.
Yes.
So when you can break through, then it's like, wow, people notice, like, this woman, she's in the industry, she's doing it, she's awesome. And will you have a learning curve? Of course, but so do men. So just because you're a woman doesn't mean you have any less ability to be able to do it.
Do you have any plans on opening your real estate office or a construction firm?
We'll see.
Say
Coming
yes,
soon. Say
yes.
yes.
I actually have a name. DaSilva Looks Builders Realty.
Maybe. I love
Never
it.
know. Okay. And what advice will you give to women entering into the industry?
What I would say to a woman entering the industry is knowledge is power. So starting by learning as much as you can, but knowledge is useless without execution.
Right.
Take action. It's important to learn as much as you can, but some of the best lessons I learned were the mistakes and doing it on the job. So, whether you shadow or mentor with someone, that could be an option for a woman that's maybe, or a man, whoever, that's maybe hesitant about going in, but surround yourself by people that are doing it at a high level and take action. Don't be afraid to take that first step.
I love that.
Because, everyone makes mistakes in this industry. We're still making mistakes in this industry. But if you're not making any mistakes, you're not growing fast enough.
Of course. I love that. And talking about mentorship, who has had the biggest impact in your business journey?
There's been so many people. To be honest with you, my mom has taught me a lot of sales lessons.
I know. I heard she's a sales. She's really a sales. She could sell anything.
She could, and she's a saleswoman without even knowing she's a saleswoman. That woman does not take no for an answer. Okay, she is relentless. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I learned that from her. My husband, of course, he's taught me so much about construction. Right. He's amazing at that.
He's an amazing leader.
He is. Yes. He really is. You have been so incredible.
Yeah.
I've been surrounded by so many amazing people. Raffalina, Natalie, Devin, Jay, Chris. Like, there's so many people in my life that everyone has taught me a little something that I take and, continue it on, or it has helped shape who I am.
That's amazing. What is the best piece of advice you have ever received?
The best piece of advice I've ever received. It really was.
Do you have one mentor? Because I have my mentor, Luis Leiva. Remember Lou? Yeah, I think he was amazing with me, and every time that I have the opportunity to speak about him and give him thanks, it is super important, because you don't know how many people's lives you could change.
Yeah.
And he was incredible patient with me.
Right.
And remember, I didn't know the language.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, listen, explain to me in English, in Spanish, now in Chinese. And it is important. So you ever had a mentor who was guiding you through all the process?
I have mentors in different areas of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So, like right now, I really like Layla Hormozi. I listen to her podcast. So just because I don't have access to that person, maybe to touch and feel them, but I still surround myself with them by listening to their podcast, listening to their content, and getting to like understand who they are and how they operate in business. But I think there's different seasons in life. So I've had mentors along the way in different aspects, like a mentor in motherhood, or a mentor in business, or a mentor in, construction. And I think it's understanding that person's strengths and then saying, okay, when it's time for me to be a mother, you, Rafaelina, Chrissy, Natalie, you guys are incredible examples of motherhood. When it comes to construction, like my husband is amazing, and he teaches me so much, and even his dad knows so much about construction. When it comes to managing a team, and business concepts, I mean, you are amazing. What I've seen you do, honestly, what I've seen you do is truly incredible.
I'm just crazy.
Yes, you are the example of just say yes. I might not know it, but I figure it out later. And you have mentored me in so many different ways and inspired me in so many ways.
I'm passionate about taking risk. And my
love
husband is the opposite. And whenever I have an idea, I need to take it. I start sweating if I don't take action. It's like, I just go crazy. That's why I have so much help. And since the beginning of my career, I didn't know how to write up a contract. I hired Michelle. I didn't know how to do. I have so many stuff. This is crazy because I don't know how to do anything. But I'm happy with everything that I do. And I told my husband, please support me. I know you're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And now he's seeing the results. It's not that I was crazy. It was, if you don't take action, you're not going to make it happen. If you're not feeling uncomfortable, if you're not doing things, because another person is doing the same thing, why not?
Right.
Why not? What is the difference in you? So now tell us about what you do now and what projects are you working on? I know you manage luxury real estate, you manage new construction, but give us a brief, what do you do now in your business?
Right now, we're actively building about 12 projects.
I love that. Look at you.
So we're building about 12 projects right now. We have a lot of listings. So Gabe kind of manages the development aspect. I manage the sales aspect. We have At a Level Accelerator, which is our mentorship group for people that are looking to scale from flipping houses to learn how to build and add on and do new construction. And we kind of mentor and coach people along the way. And Gabe just got his builder's license in Florida.
That's
I'm getting my real
amazing.
estate license in Florida.
That's great.
And we're looking to invest in commercial in Florida, and also looking to invest in Portugal. So
I heard. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing. What is something you love doing outside real estate?
honestly, I love spending time with my family. I love being out in nature, and I'm a people person, so I love being with my friends and my family, just enjoying time together, making memories. But I love to travel and I love food.
I love it. How is working with Gabe in real estate? Take a breathe. But here's the thing: you're super perfectionist. You're super. I would say. I mean, he's more calm. I know you're my friend, but I mean, how is it working with him?
Working with your partner definitely has its challenges.
Of course.
I mean, we've been working together for almost a decade now, so I know. I can't believe it's been that long. So we've learned to navigate working together. I think it's a little bit different now because we're married. So like there's no escaping from each other. But it's good. It's good. I mean, it's good because him and I are so aligned, not just in our values, but our interests. We both love food. We both love travel. We both love
And
real
he
estate.
cooks.
He's a great cook. And, you know, when we go away, we are even looking at real estate wherever we are.
Wow.
But we've had to learn that each of us has to stay in our lane and understanding what each other's strengths are and what each other's weaknesses are and how we can help and support one another. But also learning that there's time to turn it off and to just focus on each other. So it's definitely been a journey. It's not easy,
Yeah.
but it's rewarding and fulfilling.
Of course.
How about you and Ivan?
It was a challenging. It was very challenging in the beginning. We almost got divorced. It's like 3 times we got because it's not easy. I mean, whoever says out there that working with your partner in the beginning is easy, is not easy.
Yeah.
But thank God we found the perfect job. So I take care of the team and he takes care of the projects. So, but I cannot tell you, we have so many fights about that. And especially whenever you involving money, you know, the projects that we have, it was a lot. And every time the fight that we had, it was one of the biggest fight that we had is that we lost $227,000. And he was like, listen, this is it. I'm leaving. I was like, no, please don't leave me. Because I used to tell him, everything is going to go great. You just have to think positive. He's like, what is you thinking about? So it was $226,000. Forget it. But I told him, you're going to see the results throughout the years.
Right.
But here we are. So like I said, in the beginning it's tough.
Yeah.
But now, you know, thank God we're working out the business. We're working out the relationship.
And your
and we're
relationship
going
has
to
gotten a
church,
lot
too.
stronger.
Because of God. I'm telling you. I mean, everything changed for the best. Okay. Who is more likely to start an argument over something silly? You or Gabe? You.
Depends the time of month.
What is the best marriage advice you have ever received?
Wow, that's a tough question. I was not given any of these questions before today, okay? The best.
But that's the idea that, you know, whenever we are doing this podcast is something new. You know, I don't want to make something boring. I just want to surprise the
yeah,
guests.
you surprised. Okay, so it actually was a couple days ago. I went to this lady's house. She was 86 years old. She had been married for 63 years. And I said to her, what's the secret to being married? And she said, the secret for her is 2 things. 1, every single morning you wake up, you get dressed, you put your lipstick on, and you get out the door with purpose. And she said, the second one is that you have to have your life, he has his life, and then together you guys make a life together. But don't lose yourself in the relationship or the marriage and forget that like you have a purpose and like a plan and a life outside of just your husband. Like both of you have your own individual lives and then you're coming together to create a beautiful life for one another.
What do you say to her?
I thought that it was good advice, but I don't know. You tell me. You've been married longer than I have.
I think sometimes in the beginning of my marriage, I was just taking care of my husband because I was a stay-at-home mom. And sometimes, yes, we lose ourselves.
Right.
It's like I didn't really care about me, but he really cared about our family because he made me, I was a stay-at-home mom for 12 years. So I wasn't working. I was just taking care of the girls. But I was super blessed and I was super grateful for him. But I feel in a specific moment that it was my moment for me to take care of myself. And that's why I started the real estate career 7 years ago. It's crazy. 7 years ago. And when I started working, the change was so tough. He used to, he likes the idea to have me at home, cooking, cleaning, right? But now you have a businesswoman, right? Getting deals, making money, right? Buying whatever I want.
Right.
It was completely different.
Yeah.
So it is super important to take now that I'm, we have the team and run this business. It is super important to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
To love yourself first, which I didn't have that before. I think I told you this before. My self-esteem was to the floor because I was sexually abused when I was a little girl. And I didn't have the courage to do something, to say something. And I was super quiet. I never talked. But after I got into this business, it's like, Lim, what happened with the old Lim? She never talked. But now I'm crazy. Everybody says I'm crazy. But yeah. Did I answer your question about marriage? No.
Yeah.
No.
So everyone had their own life.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. What is the one rebellious teenager's moment No. I'm sorry, my English is not good.
It's okay. I understand Chinese too.
What is the one rebellious teenage moment that still make you laugh?
Oh my God. Okay, so my brother and I are 15 years apart. So I was maybe like 16 and he was probably 1 years old. And my parents went to go to their friend's house for Halloween, like a Halloween party. I said, oh, I'm going to stay back. I'm not going to go. I have my own Halloween party. Okay, no problem. Well, it's Halloween. I'm home by myself. They took the car. I didn't have a ride anywhere. And I'm sitting home and I'm bored. And I see the keys on the counter for my mom's car. So I'm like, well, it's Halloween. I don't want anyone to show up at our door and I don't have Halloween candy. So I took my mom's car and I went to the store and I got Halloween candy and fried chicken because I was hungry.
Are you kidding me?
My poor mom. And they came back home early. So they came back home early and the car was missing. My mom was freaking out. She's calling the police. She thought someone abducted me and stole the car. I come back home. I'm like, oh, shoot. I'm so grounded right now. So I walk in the door. I go, I know I'm grounded. Just give me my sentence. And I walk upstairs with my fried chicken and my Reese's. I didn't have a sweet 16 that year.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
my
I ruined
God. That's crazy.
I know.
Wow.
They're so mean.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to eat a lot of sugar. But a lot. I think I was very anxious. I mentioned to you before, my dad, he was, the macho Latino. He was, sometimes abusive with my mom. And, and just for me to I don't know, to calm myself down, I used to eat a lot of sugar. But it was a lot. I could finish a pound of sugar in a week.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow.
So, and I never told this to anybody. And that's the other question. Tell us something about that your audience they don't know about you.
My audience doesn't know about me. Well, I just told you the story about me driving the car.
Or something else.
Something else. I'm double jointed. Yep. Gabe likes that. No, I'm just kidding. Edit that.
He's not gonna edit anything here. Okay. Let's move on.
Okay.
Buying your first property at the age of 19. That was incredible. So, what motivated to start buying properties at a young age?
Okay, so I told you I was a rebellious teenager.
Yes.
And the reason I ended up buying a house when I was 19 is because my dad said, as long as you live under our roof, you abide by our rules. I said, no problem.
No problem.
I'm going to get my own roof. And you know what? That's what I did. I got my own roof.
Wow.
And everyone thought I was crazy. I was going to school. I was in college full time. I had a mortgage full time and I was working full time.
Wow.
And I graduated with no student loans, zero student debt.
So how do you get a mortgage at the age of 19?
Well, this was 2007. So I said, my grandma, she gave me gold bars.
I have a gift letter here.
Yeah, exactly. I have money in Dubai. Who knows?
Great. So officiating weddings is such a unique role. What have been the most memorable moment from your officiating so far?
Honestly, it's such an honor to be asked to do it. I take it so seriously because a marriage is not just a contract. You're making an agreement, a covenant before your friends, your family, and most importantly, before God. So when I'm officiating a wedding, I take it very seriously. Like, you're coming into agreement before God and you're saying, I'm not going to leave this person no matter how crazy they drive me, because it's not just you and the other person anymore. It's you, the other person, and you're intertwining God in the midst of your relationship. So I think the most special moments are getting to know the couple and getting to know their stories. But also the couples that I have done, both of them actually happen to have kids. So bringing the kids into the ceremony and having their kids see like what's happening and be part of their love story. It's really so beautiful and special. And it kind of, I don't know, there's something really powerful about like kids and prayer. Like, I feel like kids are like closer to God because they just came from heaven. I really do. That's my theory. So, but yeah.
And they're easy to mold, right?
Yeah, and then like incorporating the kids into the ceremony and seeing like how they look at love and having them be part of it is really special.
And you're doing another one in Puerto Rico.
I know. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's exciting.
It's going to be really fun.
Christy and Jay. Okay.
That was your fault, by the way.
My fault?
Yeah, that was your fault.
Why?
From our wedding, remember you sent me the video? And you were like, you guys are getting married.
No, because we asked them. I was like, so are you guys married? And he's like, no, we're not married. I was like, what? And so I got married in 2012. And the reason that we got married is because our daughter, they start asking. It's like, okay, I mean, you're saying their values are this, blah, 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 and now you're not legally married. Why is that? So, and I told that to Christine and Jay. Listen, there's going to be a point that they're going to ask you, and you have to lead by example.
Right.
So that's why they made the decision. He proposed with a fake ring, and now we're going to the wedding.
I love it. Honestly, I love it. I'm so happy for them.
Okay. You're clearly fearless. What is the boldest move you have ever done in your career?
I think when I quit my job in the city and took on real estate. I mean, I was making six figures. I had worked up the corporate ladder. I had like a dream job. Like, this is like an ad agency, like that it was super hard to get into. And I was working on a lot of different really cool projects. And when I got my real estate license, it was while I was out of work. And then I had actually gone back to work. So, but my body just like wasn't really ready to go back, but I was there. So I had to make the decision, do I give all of this up to pursue this dream of real estate? And I had people say to me, don't you think that's a little beneath you to be a real estate agent?
Really?
And I was like, yeah. So imagine I'm like, am I going to leave a sure income for something that people are criticizing and like saying, isn't this beneath you? And there's no security cushion. There's no guaranteed income. Like, and I went for 8-9 months without making my first paycheck. Yeah. So that was at the time, I remember that being a very difficult decision. Now, like, anyone looking to get into real estate, you have to go all in. You have to. And I know how hard it is, but you just have to do it. Take action, because think about it. Whatever your salary is, that's how valuable you are to your company times 3. Because they're not going to hire you for a 1-to-1 conversion. They have to get a 3 times ROI on your salary. So if you're that valuable to them, why aren't you that valuable to yourself?
Of course.
That's what I ask.
Yeah. And people don't see it that way.
Yeah, no.
Because, I mean, they have this thinking that real estate is easy, that the minute that you walk in, you're going to make money right away.
Right.
It doesn't work like that.
Right. But also, the reason why you have to go all in on real estate is you have to treat it like a job. Like, you have to treat this like a corporate job. You can't treat this like it's a hobby or maybe part-time, or because you won't get the results that you think you're looking for.
Yeah. What is next for you, Amanda? Do you see yourself expanding your business? And honestly, I would love for you to leave Keller Williams and open your own office.
You never know.
So what's next for you?
We have some things in the works. Top secret, though.
Come on.
I can't tell you. I said what was next. We're expanding to Florida. We're going into commercial.
Right.
We're doing more projects. We're looking to go
Why
international.
Florida?
So for me, honestly, I can't take this weather. I'm Egyptian, okay? I need the warmth. I need the sun. Winter in New Jersey is miserable. And every time I go to Florida in the winter and I come back and I think, why are we doing this to ourselves? Why?
Right.
But also, we have a competitive advantage. We're from the East Coast. Nobody works like we do. So if we can do it here, like Frank Sinatra says, if you could do it here, you could do it
100%.
anywhere. So why not? Why not do what we love to do in the places that we love to go and visit? So that's why we're looking in Portugal and Florida, because we like to go to those places.
I love it.
You should be investing in Peru. What's up with that?
Not in Peru, maybe in Florida.
Okay.
What is the biggest lesson you learned from Tony Robbins?
Oh my gosh, so many lessons.
He's our lover. He's like, Ronnie, I want to touch you.
My favorite was when you jumped on stage, okay?
Listen.
Lim actually jumped on stage at a Tony Robbins event. I've never seen anyone with more perseverance to get and touch Tony Robbins.
I have to touch him. I don't know. I mean, I have these crazy ideas. If I don't touch him, nothing is going to come through. Everything that I do.
Okay, there's a story in the Bible about this woman. Yeah, I'm going to tell you. There's a story in the Bible about this woman that she wanted to just touch Jesus, and she like his shirt, and there was crowds and crowds and crowds of people, and she went to every extreme to just feel his shirt like this, because she knew if just by feeling his shirt, she would get the power of Jesus.
Oh my God. For
For
real?
Yeah. And he knew when she did, because he felt that power like get transferred to her because of her faith. So every time you do that, it reminds you of that story. A little bit of Tony Robbins.
But he's amazing. He's like, Tony, I love you too. Papacito, llévame contigo. Okay, Amanda.
Tony.
I think we had an amazing, I think we have to do part 2.
We have to.
I mean, there is so many questions here, but I really
bring
appreciate. Yes, Gabe.
Yeah.
He's quiet though. No?
No, he gets going and
Okay. So, thank you for this podcast. I really appreciate it. And you share your passion, your faith, your marriage life, which is, it's not going to be easy in the beginning, but I hope everything is going to go amazing with you, with your career. So tell the audience where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram. I am _Amanda Nadia, or online, amandanadiagroup.com.
Super. Thank you so much.
You are amazing. You
Oh.
are the Oprah. Move over, Oprah. Okay, she's old news. She's washed up. Lim Bances coming through.
Lim Bances
okay?
in the house.
Lim Bances in the house. I love it. Barbara Walters, she's in the grave now. Okay, Lim Bances, she's up.
Thank you. So I just want to give a shout out to our amazing sponsor who is making this podcast possible, Altera Home Loans. If you're thinking about buying and investing, that's the place that you should go. Estancia Restaurant, the best Peruvian restaurant in town. From ceviche to lomo saltado, you could find the best food there, and also the pisco sour is amazing. Next is Hometown Title Insurance Company. They are the best in town for titles. So if you're looking to get an insurance or to close a deal real quick, Hometown Title Insurance Company is the place to go. Say, yeah!